Welcome back to Showtime on Trust TV. Today, we're joined by a storyteller whose work lives at the intersection of media, advocacy, and impact. She's a communication and community engagement specialist using documentary photography, drone footages, and grassroots storytelling to bring urgent issues like girl-child education, climate resilience, and social inclusion to the forefront. From policy rooms to remote villages in northern Nigeria, her lenses captures the stories that often go unheard, yet demand action. Today, she shares how her creative craft is not just informing audiences, but igniting real change across Nigeria and beyond. Please welcome the remarkable Samira Usman Adam to the studio. Hello.
Hi, Chimmeli. How have you been?
Fine, thank you. How are you
Thank you for
doing?
having me. I'm very well.
Thank you. It's a pleasure having you here.
Thank you so
Big
much.
fan of your work and what you do.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, so we're just going to go quickly into it. Would like to know what actually drew you to the world of storytelling, via media and photography.
Okay, I usually say I am 1% of the 1% that is very lucky to have a dream from childhood, follow it through till adulthood. Naturally, I love telling stories. I'm very inquisitive, so whenever I see something that I must ask to understand what exactly that thing is. So my passion started from when I started watching one of the TV stations in Nigeria. Seeing one of their presenters on TV always gives me goosebumps, and I always tell my grandmother I will be on TV one day. And she'll be like, okay, it's you, I will never doubt you.
Yeah.
And I think I was one of the people that forced my primary school teacher to introduce newscasting club. That was what we call it.
Wow.
I told him I want, like every time after our assembly, I want to be casting news. Like even if it's just a newspaper that I will buy on the roadside, they should bring it to the school. And we will read it. I still picture myself the day I first started casting news with my very white canvas, my yellow school uniform. And I went home. I think everybody in my area did not rest that day. I casted news in school. And one thing that will surprise you is going to university, I switched to sociology.
Why not mass communication or media studies?
I switched to sociology. I started from law. I ran away, go back to sociology, and I stood there. When I finished sociology, I just noticed, no, I cannot be just a researcher. I really want to go back to my dream. I really want to go for my passion. I started from a cook show presenter. From a cook show presenter, I went back to a reporter, from a reporter to a newscaster, from a newscaster to a show presenter, a very good Hausa show. From then, I started going to communities, like to capture stories for international organizations, local organizations, my NGO, and all that.
Oh, that's very beautiful. That's a beautiful startup there. Honestly, you are the 1% of the 1% for real. Yeah. Okay, so growing up, you grew up in the north. At least part of your life was in the north. Did growing up in the north shape your voice as a communicator in any kind of way? Please tell us how.
Okay, I mostly don't like it when I hear that we women from the north are basically caged, or there are things that we are not allowed to do, because I think I have one of the most supportive mother on earth. People that are around me know, except I did not open my mouth and say, Mom, I want to do this. Then the push I will get, and she don't care how she's going to do it, if it's financially, emotionally, anyhow she's going out, she will do it for me. And I think that was one of the things that made me stood out as a northerner, because mostly if I see people within my peers and they say they are from the same region as I am, I used to be surprised, why am I different? Why am I different? Because seriously, I always like the aspect that, like, when you ask me where are you from, I say it with pride, I'm from Kano State. There was a time we did a fellowship, and anytime I stand up to introduce myself, I made sure I echoed the name Kano.
Exactly.
Because people have a different narrative, perspective about we from the north. But seriously, we are rare gem. We're like, we usually do things that if I sit down and see and say that, okay, I am from the north, this woman is from the north, and I see the things we do, I will say, like, where are the narratives coming out from that? We don't do this, we don't do this. I think one of the things that I can actually say pushed me to always love telling stories about communities is the fact that they say some of the parents do not agree or do not allow children go to school. But it's not usually that angle that people are supposed to be looking at. Parents want their children to be better. No parent will give birth to a child and like want to see him or her wasted. So they usually look at the negative aspect or part of things. I love looking at things from positive angle. I love positivity.
That's
so
beautiful.
like, yeah, if you see me going for things, just know that there is something very optimistic about it that I see that people do not see. Mostly if you see me and my mom currently, it's because I am trying to tell her my point of view. And like African mothers, no, she wants me to see her things from how she is seeing it. But no. I love it when I see things from the positive side.
Point of view.
Yes, I don't like negativity. If you're someone negative, you know me, I cut you off. I love positivity around me.
That's beautiful.
I love the energy of like telling positive stories, and I think that's one thing that pushed me to be a very good storyteller.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's very wonderful, and that's a wonderful way to look at things. But on the side, when you're optimistic about something or you see the light about something and you get into that situation, has there ever been a time where that optimism did not come to fruition? Like in any situation, work, stories, community, shows, anytime?
Yes. And that is one of the things that I can say broke my morale. I am someone very sensitive. So when I say I want to do something and I get a roadblock along the line, it demoralized me.
Yeah.
So there is a hospital in one of the communities in Kano. I received a message on my social media. Please, they've seen something I've done in a hospital with one of the community primary health cares in Jigawa. They would love me to come and capture their own. I went there, did the story, did everything, bring it to the office. My boss said no. Raising the governor sitting at that particular time was his hometown.
Oh.
I begged. I even said, like, I know people that I can contact to come and bring the PHC to life. I want to see people happy. I love it when people are happy because of me. So, like, after then, he refused. I tried all I could. He refused. Like, it demoralized me. So whenever people call me to come and do something, the first thing I think of is, okay, what after all the hard work?
Exactly.
At the end of the day, like my boss now said, no, he's not going to put that up, or that's not what he is actually looking at. And mostly, you know how things are done when it comes to the media space per se. You will just have to follow the vibe with whatever your editor or your boss comes with. And like that's just how
the final say comes from that place. Yes.
So like you just have no option. You just have to follow through. But I never stopped. That's I think amazing. I never stopped. I think I still have something I want to report on, which is something I think I'm working on, and I'm sure you will see it soon.
Definitely. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Okay, so we're going to go on a very quick break right now. When we return, Showtime continues.
This is Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Welcome back. This is still Showtime on Trust TV, and I am still in the studio with the wonderful Samira, the ever optimistic Samira. I am so glad that you talked about that, because there are so many situations when people, become optimistic and they get stumbling blocks and then they decide to forever leave, that particular line. But then let us go to something that you talked about a while back, which is one of your passions, girl-child reporting, issues surrounding women and girls. You talked about the fact that a lot of people have different perspective about northern women, northern girls, and you're glad you've been able to, reshape narratives. So can you tell us one of such?
I am someone that is very active on social media. I'm very active. So like sometimes I go to social media not to chat or post. I just go there to observe things.
Yeah.
I think one of the things I will actually give as a story is of a girl that always sees me as her mentor. Like, there was a point I hated it because I don't like when people give me that tag of a mentor.
Yes.
I watch her, this girl, I was all over social media, her profile picture, her timeline, whatever it is. Like, people used to confuse my profile and hers because of the picture. So I said, okay, fine, Samira, don't be a bad person once. Please reach out to this lady and understand what she does and how you can help. And I think I wanted to do it for her alone, but I like put up a call and I made it 3. And anytime I see these ladies doing things and they mention my name telling me they will not forget what I did for them, it makes me happy. That's on the social media aspect.
Yeah.
Like, when it comes to real life, I do not post most of the things I do offline because, you know, there is this, I don't want to say humility, but like, it's humility that we carry with us. I don't want to be the one saying the things I do. I don't want to be the one saying the things I do. But seriously, 70% of the things I do offline are never on social media.
Yeah.
Mostly, it's just me, my brother, my sister, my mom, that we just know like what happened, because definitely I must discuss with them at home. This is what I want to do. Give me your contributions. If you don't have money, okay, my sister will tell her, okay, your car, let's fuel it and go to the community together. Or my brother, I want you to go and submit so things to so places. So all those things, like, I feel so much fulfilled. And there is something about me, I love my dad's hometown. So mostly if I want to do anything, I'll run
go there first.
I will run there,
Yes.
do things. Like, I've worked with so many women in the locality, and if they call me sometimes, I'll be like, God, I beg. God, I beg. Hope is not another issue. But seriously, I love the fact that, like, if I go home or people see me, they will tell me, you did this to me, and I have forgotten.
Yes, exactly.
Seriously, I have forgotten because
that is amazing.
Because like, it's not something I did so that I will write it down. No, I just do the thing and keep moving.
Yeah.
The last one I could recall is we were at a conference. My mentor was standing by me. He was like telling me he is not happy with me because of so many things he noticed I have stopped doing. And someone just walked up to us. Good afternoon, Samira. I said, good afternoon. Like, he was getting to me, so I wasn't even smiling. Then I just answered the person. He said, do you recognize me? I said, no. He said, my name is so person. I said, okay. Seriously, I don't remember the name. I don't remember the name, but he mentioned something. I'm like, oh, it's you. I said, okay, please come. Repeat it so that he could hear. My mentor was like, what did he say? He was like, okay, have you written it on social media so that people will say, I say, if you try it. Because seriously, there are things like, for me, I don't value seeing them on social media. I wanted to make you happy. I did. Let's continue living our
But don't
lives.
you think that sometimes, because we're in this global era now, you know, a lot of people reach out to you via social media, right? And that is because they know some of the things that you've done, or they've seen some of the things that you've done that are on social media. Don't you think that by putting up more of your work, you'll be able to reach out to more people?
I have thought about that. But you know, I have this habit of I do not like inconveniencing anyone to make myself happy. Mostly these people are vulnerable. And they allow me into their space. Not because I am special, but because they feel maybe I have something, a sort of connection with them. So I feel me putting them out there is like violating their human rights. So I prefer, maybe I would just post it on my WhatsApp status. I was in so community, so that like my close friends will see it. And like most times my close friends, people that see my status are people that I will say, okay, next, can we do this together? Can we go to so place together? Can we do this together? But putting it on social media, whatever you see me put on social media is something I just want people to see.
Okay. I get you.
Yeah, so like it's kind of I respect their privacy.
Their privacy,
I understand their points of view towards life. So like I don't want to seem like I'm using them.
No, I totally understand you. Okay, so now let's double back to something else that you do or you've done as well, talking about climate reporting. You have been part of media teams that have advocated for climate change, protection of a lot of people and a lot of communities as well. So do you think that there is a huge interference of climate issues with out-of-school girls?
Yes, because it's not even up to, let me say, 3 months.
Okay.
One of the projects I work for set up an eco club in schools. In the same canoe I'm always proud of. So like they came up with this idea of like coming up with an eco club in schools so that the girls will even understand what exactly it is we are talking about.
Yeah.
We're always telling them about climate change. We're telling them we are coming to your school to plant trees. We are coming to your school to teach you how to recycle or proper way of waste management. But like the person that came up with it, it's my head. But like I'm happy to have supported in terms of like capturing the moments from pictures to videos. And it felt I was just like inside it. I was part of the student because I learned more about anything that has to do with climate change, climate resilience, waste management, and so many things. And one thing I can actually say is I advise and I also support women in coming up with reusable sanitary pads, which is something I think is part of the ecosystem that will be very, very, can I say, that'll be very visible in the coming years because people are understanding to not waste things and recycle them. So it's something I can say when it comes to that aspect. And working with organizations that support climate resilience and the climate action itself is an eye-opener because I tend to understand like climate action is just beyond tree planting.
Exactly.
Most people, if you talk to them about climate action, they will tell you we'll plant trees, we'll plant trees, we'll plant trees. But like working with these two particular organizations, I understood, okay, so there are things that I was just overlooking and there were problems that we live with in our society. And I think if I will one day take up the opportunity of creating awareness around climate action, I will look at those particular issues that I have seen firsthand.
Okay. All right. So in all of the stories that you've told, from girl-child advocacy to climate action, which story is one particular one that has stuck with you for the longest?
It's a story I wrote about fossil fuels.
Okay.
I told you I am very inquisitive.
Yeah.
So I saw a news on CNN and I felt, okay, fossil fuels. I went to Google, search for fossil fuels. I wrote some things. I called one of my mentor and a father who is deep into climate action in Nigeria, international organizations and beyond. I told him I saw something about fossil fuels. I want to discuss it with you. He was like, why me? I said, I don't have anybody else that knows it better than you do. How do you want it? I said, I will send you my questions. Answer them. I will sit down and write the story properly. I think it's still one thing that I love because it was something I did like naturally. No one told me I wanted to come up with a story on fossil fuels. I saw it, I developed interest in it, and I understand what it is. And which is something that made me register on a website called Clean Cooking Alliance.
Oh,
yes, so that I could have a better understanding of whatever it is I would love to discuss with women, girls, and maybe the society at large. But definitely, if I really, really want to consider going into climate action, I have so many things to contribute. But for now, let me continue holding on to my media and storytelling.
That's amazing. Okay, so as someone, we're going to come back to you being from Northern Nigeria, right? So as someone from Northern Nigeria who's working at, the intersection of media and climate and girl-child reporting, what drives you to keep telling this often difficult stories and unheard stories? Like you said, fossil fuel. I know that, yes, you said, you just piqued an interest. But apart from that, is there any other thing that drives you to these kind of stories?
Okay. Sometimes if I go to work, I turn around and see I'm the only female in between 6 men.
Okay, that is it. That is a big motivation.
God, I don't want to fail. These men will laugh at me. I have to keep going. And so many times, I do stand and ask myself, why are you always the only person in between them? It's not. So it's the not. So definitely there are people out there that will be feeling, why is she always in between men? Why is she always in between? And I sometimes ask myself, why are you the only one in between men? And I think it's something that keeps me going. And whenever I go out there to take up stories, I make sure I give it my best so that at the end of the day, my story will still stand out just the way I am standing out in between them. Because as a woman, I feel some people look at us as people that have so many limitations. But me, I have never seen myself as someone with limitations. Yes, we have limitations, but like limitations in aspect of work-life balance, no, I don't see that within myself. I feel if a man can stand today and operate a camera, I will do that.
You can't do that.
Of course I do.
Exactly.
And that is one thing that pushed me more into the media space. Going out there, seeing men are the only ones using the camera. I forced myself to learn photography. I forced myself to learn video editing. I forced myself to learn how to shoot with cameras. So like I can pick up my camera, go out alone, snap my pictures, come back to my room, edit them. I can go out, take my videos. I make sure someone knows where I'm going to. So I do things like that I don't feel I am caged. I don't feel there is any barrier that I can actually look at and say it's stopping me. Yeah, I can say that is actually one of my major motivations, seeing me mostly in the middle of men as one of the only media practitioners from the north.
That is amazing. That is super amazing. And that is such a huge motivation because I can't even, imagine it. I've been in situations or in spaces where I am either the only girl or I am one of two girls. And it is somewhat intimidating if at the end of the day, the men are doing better than you. You're like, no. And then it kind of proves the point that, well, you shouldn't have been here in the first place. So, but going up to even do better than them, it gives you this sense of courage that, yes, I can actually do this. I can actually stand in any room and show what I can do. This has been such a powerful session. Thank you so much for coming. Unfortunately, our time is up. I had tons of questions, but our time is up and we have to wrap it up here. Thank you so much, Samira, for coming.
Thank you so much for having me, Chimmeli, and anytime. Thank you so much for having me. It was such a very good conversation. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. I did too. And we're still going to talk about your upcoming project. Maybe when it's, released, we'll come here and premiere it or something for us.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Thank you. You're welcome. This has been Showtime on Trust TV. My name is still Chimmeli. Join us again, same time, same station, for another thrilling and interesting episode.